All right, well, back in the shop this morning. I got so much still to do. I spent the better part of the morning so far cleaning up, cleared off some of the workbench, cleared off some of the part shelf. The other part shelf completely cleared off everything that I'm not using anymore, that I'm guaranteed to not be using. Tried to clear off some of this bench, leaving some of the stuff that I might need, fuel fittings, brake lines, that kind of stuff. Just kind of trying to organize and figure out where I stand, make a list of what needs to be done, and just figure out from there. Ordered some new tires for this thing last night. That'll be nice. Hopefully get those coming pretty quick because, you know, we got racing coming up, and I'm really starting to lean on the side of these tires are probably shot. Me being as cheap as I am, I didn't want to buy new tires. All right, so Brad Vasco just stopped by. He was here for a couple hours helping me figure out some things, just do a bunch of random stuff. We were just kind of working together, putting our heads together, thinking of a couple answers to problems I've kind of run into. Just little things that happen on every car build. He welded this on for me. This little piece from Motion Raceworks that screws into here, so then we could put the line from here to there. So probably run it like, I just need to get a couple feet of line, and then we are good on the upper part of the cooling system, and then finish up that lower part, and then we're good on the cooling system. Then I got these seat brackets in from just Amazon or something, I don't know. Seat brackets, so I can put some seats in here. I don't have seats yet, but I'll probably end up taking them out of the 240. And then we were messing with header stuff, we're messing with fuel system stuff. I welded in this switch right here, so the switch is good now. It kind of works like that, like the push goes out to here and you pull it out to turn it on, push it in to turn it off. It's really long right now, so I'm probably gonna have to cut it down and, I don't know, I guess re-thread it. So that's kind of a thing, I guess. I don't know, weird, but gonna have to do that, and then should be good there. All right, so I put the switch, the on and off switch here. I can honestly say I don't love anything about this switch. I think that this whole bracket kind of sucks. I welded it onto there, just tacked it a few times so that it's pretty solid. It was just easier than bolting it, and it could come off pretty easily if I wanted it to. And then drill the hole through here. Now it comes through here. It's way too long. I'm probably gonna cut this section out and weld it, but probably gonna measure it and cut that section over here and just tack it, weld it back together so that I can be a good, you know, length, and then I can hide the welding back behind the bumper. On the Camaro, it's so much nicer. It's just this little one. It works so much like smoother. It's just such a nicer piece. Whichever one this one is, I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it's the ART one. That would make sense. But I really wish that I had just gotten this one. Like, look at how much nicer this whole bracket is right here. Look at that. Versus this bracket. I mean, it just doesn't even make any sense. Like, who thought this was a better design? Like, they had to make this piece. Oh, it's so bad. Like, that's off. And that's on. So I cut it out and sectioned it. A little bit of welding. I probably cut a little more out, honestly. You guys can't really even see where I tacked it. And then I just hit it with the grinder a little bit. Just to make it nice. Probably could have just cut it down and re-threaded it, but that seemed more work than just doing this. So I'll probably just leave it like this for now. And if I ever am feeling a little bored one day, I could cut it and redo it, but I see no reason to mess with it while it's working. Well, working on the Mustang again. I don't even know what I've filmed so far. Just trying to get things rolling and doing things on it. Just test fitting some different wheels. These are from the 240 and they seem to be fitting. They're very close to hitting the shock over here, but I think they'll fit. I don't really have any room to put like a spacer because the lug nuts aren't, the studs aren't long enough. So that kind of sucks. So this is about as far out as we can go. Just working on the coolant vent over here. So that needs to go down and into here. Maybe I'll put a 90 on that eventually and then it'll clean it up, but I don't have a 90, so it gets what it gets. That's not big concern, is that look right now. I wired up some buttons inside the car. I was gonna use the key as the starter, but since where we're at right now, I just don't have the time for it, and I don't have the car ready to like run and start up, so I can't like play around with that yet. So I just put a little starter button right here. I made this little bracket. I already had this buttons and stuff, so ignition and then the starter. It's not beautiful, but it's hopefully temporary. I'm gonna use this relay for the trans brake. It's not a solid state relay, but since it's just for the trans brake, I think it should be good for this outing. If it was for a bump box, I would be more worried, but I think it should work well enough for the trans brake. Not perfect, but well enough. I'm out here working and they're roaming. Oh, they want to play fetch. Get it, Jess. Get it. Looks like a potato. Oh, you got it. Oh. Got a big accomplishment done here. So if you turn on the car here and listen to that beautiful Ford beeping, you can see I got my trans brake button here, and you can see the reverse lights, and you can hear the trans brake. So I put a little relay right here, and then it runs the reverse lights and the trans brake. Beautiful. I just put it right here for now because it doesn't really need to be on the steering wheel. You can kind of just like sit there and hold it and then just let go and drop it. Some people even mount theirs to the shifter, but figured for this, I'll just try it out. And if I like it somewhere else better, I'll move it somewhere else. If I don't, I'll leave it there. But all in all, pretty happy with that. Everything's working. Reverse lights work, so that makes me more road legal now. One more thing. As far as lights go, I don't think I need any more lights. My headlights, tail lights, blinkers, high beams, everything works. Wipers work, which isn't a requirement for race week as far as I know, I'm pretty sure. So wipers work. The sprayer is gone, but it still does have its little tries to spray. AC blows air, but it doesn't have heat or AC yet, but it does blow air, so that's kind of nice. It at least has like a fan still. I did this stupid mistake. I'm so mad at myself for that. I accidentally tightened this header down onto the O2 sensor wiring. The wiring doesn't seem affected at all, but it's pinched and I can't get it out of there. So that really sucks. Gotta loosen that header and get this wiring out. Bronte weathered the frigid tundra of Bradenton, Florida to come 100 feet to the shop.
I have 2 layers on and a hat.
And Uggs. What a life. Well, I've been here working away on getting this thing closer to first fire up. There's still a lot of things I need, but once the injectors are in, the coils, spark plugs, and the fuel pump, we can fire this thing up. Obviously, it needs other things. It needs a water pump, and it needs this belt, but we can fire without those things. So hopefully we can get it fired up in the next 2, maybe 3 days. What do you think, Bronte? First start, couple days?
Really?
It has to. I don't have a lot of time. But it is very close. It just needs things and time. I feel like I always say it's very close, but that's because to me every day it feels like it's very closer, I guess. But headers are on tight now. O2 sensor is on and in. I wired up the fan relays. I had to run a trigger wire to inside to the harness It's a ground trigger. I wired these wrong originally, so I had to change it up a little bit, make it a ground trigger instead of a power trigger. So this is the piece I needed for my lower coolant hose. So this allows the gigantic Ford hose. Ford uses like a really big lower coolant hose to the smaller LS one. This allows you to couple them together.
Oh, so it's bigger and smaller.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I use like similar to like that, like a piece of metal that I use to couple them together, but this one is made to go from a smaller to a larger here.
Where are you putting it? Where does it go?
So like this is one of the coolant hoses. These are ones that already came with the car. So I'll have to like cut them up to figure it out. But like, so you can take like this large hose like that, and then go to like the smaller hose like that.
Nice.
See, so now I have to figure out how to, with the hoses that I have, go from this side out straight and then come in over here.
Ooh.
So it's gonna kind of be a weird thing.
Yeah.
This one's a little easy. This one's like an S. That one's simple. S for simple. And then this one's like a whole thing. So I have these two hoses that are exactly the same. And then I have a bunch of other miscellaneous LS size stuff. So basically I have to figure out how to cut these in the right ways to make it happen. So this one will probably be cut like right there. I don't know, maybe like that.
Wait, where?
Come out.
Where does it start?
It has to come out here.
Yeah, so why can't you just go right down and up here?
Well, because these can only go, they're like this. So you have to like figure out how to make them.
Oh, you can't get like a straight one or something? Like,
you can, but that would require going to the auto parts store.
And you just have those here, so you want to make them
I already
more.
have these, and I don't feel like going to buy hoses.
No,
like these are
ya.
just ones that I already had, and I just made them work. So I'd like to make it work. If not,
Let's do it. Make it work.
then I'll go buy stuff. But first goal is to make it work.
Yeah.
Second goal will be to buy something.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Budget build.
Yes, exactly. Use what you have.
Yeah.
And if I don't use what I have, then I end up just still having these. So at least if I use them, I get
For
rid
the
of
next
them.
project. Wait, what?
At least if I use the ones that I have, I kind of get rid of them.
Oh, I thought you were
These
saying
came
like,
with the
then I'll
Mustang.
get rid
So the
of them.
Mustang had two brand new hoses in there, which is kind of interesting.
And that one's connected down there right now?
I just put it on. It's just like,
So you have to connect it from to here to that one?
from that one
sticking
over
out?
to there. But it also has to get smaller as it goes.
Complicated.
So the big one down
Alright, let's
there,
see.
and then the small one up here.
Let's see what you do.
Well, first I want to find like the best 90. So like, if it comes off like this, you want it to like 90. So if you cut it like here and cut it there, you have a pretty good 90. Like that.
How many of those things do you have? The ones that are larger? Just
This?
one?
Just one.
Seems like you'll need more, no?
No, because it should only have to go small once.
Okay.
So
But how are you going to connect these two together?
What do you mean?
Like that and that?
Oh, I'm not going to connect these two together.
Oh.
Yeah.
But you have to connect something to that one, right?
I'll connect to a smaller one.
I hate these machines.
Think it was gonna be loud or something?
No, I just don't like those machines that like cut.
I'll just try to make that work.
Yeah.
That should be good.
Cool.
Then we'll have both radiator hoses. Then I can fill it with coolant. And it's that much closer to starting and running.
Woo!
Starting is the easier part. It being able to drive is a bit of the harder part.
Yeah.
All right, well, I got map sensor and injectors, some 850s. These are probably not big enough for ethanol and like a, you know, high RPM type of situation, but they should be able to get me by, maybe with like a blend of ethanol and 93. Got the fuel rail off, just got to put the injectors in and then pop them into place and we should be good to go. I definitely did not just steal these off the 240. Definitely not. These are brand new, fresh injectors. Definitely didn't just steal them off another car. Don't even question that. Definitely didn't steal his map sensor off the 240. Definitely didn't make that car a paperweight. No shot. But time to get this stuff on and we can continue going. I'm a little it's 8 o'clock right now and I still have no sign of my fuel pump. So I don't know. It said it was out for delivery this morning. It's 8 o'clock. Yeah, I'm a little weary about that. And tires for the Camaro. So I don't know. I guess I'll just keep doing other things until UPS brings me my fuel pump. All right, so I decided to do all new O-rings. The lower O-rings that go into the intake were pretty beat up. They were just not sealing very well, so I had a bag of O-rings and I decided to just, you know, redo them. Brand new. Might as well. I got them. So these should fit a lot better. I'm going to use a little bit of lubricant and put these things in. Well, I already see a little bit of a brake fluid leak. It looks like it's on the first flare I did, so either it's a little loose or I need to re-flare it. One or the other. New tires are here. Oh my gosh, these look like, it actually reminds me what like a new tire should look like, and that's definitely a little eye-opening, and I realize how bad those tires are. So we'll swap those today. Look at how beefy these are. I freaking love the look of a 275. So those tires will come off today. We'll swap them for these, and we'll look at how shot those really are. They only can take so many heat cycles before they're done. So it is what it is. All right, so I'm just finalizing the fuel system here. This is what I'm doing for pump. I had this coupler right here, which is nice. It's like a 8 ORB to 10 ORB, which is perfect. It's weird because these pumps require a 10 in, but they're only an 8. So you have to do like a 8 to 10, and then out you can do 8 to 8 or an 8 to 10. It's weird, I don't know. But then I'm gonna go to a 10 out to a 6 to an 8 all the way up, and then it's gonna be a 10 in just like that. So just gonna have to figure out where to mount this. This is kind of the only good spot I have is right here. There's like no room anywhere. I don't know. It's kind of a weird deal, unfortunately. It's not where I want to put it, but it's kind of all I got. I mean, a wheelie may hit it, but if a wheelie hits this, then we're probably coming down pretty hard anyways, so not really too worried about it. Oh my gosh. I have been working all day on this thing. So starting up at the front here, so coils are on, plug wires are on, everything's wired up. It is such a mess up here. There's just nowhere to really put the wiring. There's so little room back here. All the grounds are done. All the fuel lines are done. Both sides, everything up here should be wired up. Still double checking everything, but everything up there should be wired up and good. Map sensor is in, wired up. I hate that. It's just the wiring is very weird, but I didn't want to mess with cutting that wire just yet until I figured everything out. Brakes are leaking in one spot up here so far. That's all I see yet. Unfortunately, that sucks because brake fluid really kills paint, and I don't want it to take the paint off too bad, but yeah, brake fluid can really kill the paint. Inside wiring is all good and done. I got fuel on the ground because one of my fittings down there is leaking. I got the fuel filler in, some 93s just on the ground. I only had a little bit anyway, so it's fine. Everything else is wired up. I'm gonna start on these wheels and tires now. I don't know how I'm gonna have to break this bead. I may have to use the tire machine, but I'm gonna pull them off, pull all the bolts out, that kind of stuff, get the car up, jack stands, and whatnot. Because I don't feel like doing any more Mustang stuff right now. I'm a little Mustanged out for the night. Bronte came to supervise because somebody has to tell me I'm doing it wrong.
Ridiculous.
Here, hold this for a second. I want to go up higher with the car. I got some fuel right there, which is really irritating. All right, so here is one of the old ones that have been on there for about 2 years, probably, I don't know, 80 passes, probably 80 passes and burnouts. Like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
that's a lot. And you can see the wear indicator on the old one is like basically done. And the wear indicator only says so much. These tires can only go through so many heat cycles and so many like launches and where they crinkle before they're about done. And you can see the brand new one where how long just like how long this stripe is too.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
Yeah, I mean, it's like double the length.
Yeah.
Yeah, so time to replace them, but we'll use these ones for like messing around with chip and test fitting and stuff.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, so they won't be completely wasted, but I mean, I've gotten my use out of them. It's just, it sucks like changing a tire out that looks visually okay. Like, it looks okay.
Yeah.
Like, it looks, like, doesn't look much different than that one.
No, it's just got more
But
wear on it.
it's so much, this one's so soft and everything compared to this one. Yep, she's old. Time to replace it, so start taking all these bead locks, start taking the bead lock ring off, and then see about debeading it. I may have to use the tire machine to debead it tomorrow, but if I can get a little bit done tonight, I'll be happy.
Yeah. Let's start.
Yep.
I've never seen. What are those?
Those are all like the washers. I just dumped them into the center to make sure that they didn't go everywhere.
You got all the beads off?
That's the bead lock ring.
That's what it looks like? I've
And
never
that's
seen
what-
that.
That's
So
what
that's
keeps
like-
the wheel. So like when I launch hard, if I didn't have that holding the lip of the wheel, it would
Turn the wheel.
spin the wheel in the tire.
Yeah, yeah.
So like this, it holds it all tight.
Nice.
And some people do like a double bead lock where the inside is also.
Are these easier to get on and off? It's seeming like it.
They are. They both have their pros and cons. All right, new tires are mounted up. I had to break the bead, and then I just kind of have a little spot set up over there. I was putting the bead lock rings back on. They look good, and the old ones I put on the rear wheels for Chip, just to kind of see how they fit, and they fit pretty well. They are a little too shot for the Camaro, but they probably have enough life in them for old Chip over here, and at least they are good for test fitting and stuff. Messing with the tuning on this thing so I can start it up, put some fuel in it, put some fresh 93 in there, and we should have this thing started pretty quick. Hopefully it'll just start up. It doesn't have the other belt on it, so that kind of sucks and won't actually make boost, but we can know it starts and makes oil pressure. That would be cool. All right, so let's try to start this thing.
Whoa! Where do you start it from? In here?
In the car?
Wait, I'm scared.
You're telling me. Oh, almost fell. I need to rip that out.
Yeah.
Send to ECU. Sending to ECU. Okay. I know. Why is everybody beeping at me?
Everything's beeping at you.
I know how this works. Thank you, Holly.
That thing's loud. Is that the fuel pump?
Yep.
She's loud.
TPS auto set. There's two different beepers in this car.
I
don't
know.
get it. Who at Ford was like, hey, let's do two different beepers?
Wait, are you starting it?
No, I gotta do a TPS auto set.
Oh.
There you go. Down, up, down. All right, let's see.
Wait, should I go to the front?
Just
Or stay
right
here. Okay.
You're good.
Oh! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh.
Doesn't want to idle.
Yeah. like fuel to it? Is that what you want? Woo! It's getting there. I know, it's getting there.
All right. Anything leaking? I hear something.
Oh yeah, something in the front.
Yeah, you'll have that.
Yeah. It's red.
That means transmission fluid.
Okay. Bright red. All right. Wow, it
So,
sounds loud.
One of the transmission lines is loose. Oh yeah, that's no problem. That's easy.
Where?
It's just down there.
Oh, okay. Just needs to be tightened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A little bit. Woo! That's awesome.
Yeah, so there we go.
Oh my god.
First start.
First startup. Wow. I'm so happy.
Yeah, that's pretty
That's
cool.
awesome. I'm so proud of you too.
And that's good on two parts. We heard
Yeah.
it start,
Yep.
and we saw the rear wheels move.
Yeah.
So win-win there.
What is all this back here? Like hooked up? Is that?
I just have a battery charger on it,
Oh, okay.
and then this isn't hooked up. That's just a
Oh, okay.
yeah. Wow, look at that. Started right up too. Like it really kind of
Yeah, just
did.
needed a set. Yeah, and that last one, it just started right up.
I know.
Look.
Doesn't have any tuning done.
Yeah. Down there, it's not leaking.
There we go.
Good job.
It's not showing any oil pressure, but that's probably a sensor issue.
Okay.
It was saying -3.
Oh no, that was just
There.
in the front.
There's no way to actually have negative oil pressure, as far as I know.
That's
So-
gotta feel good to have it start
Yeah.
up. Come
oh
on.
yeah. It feels great to have it start. That's a.
You've been working hard on this.
Mhm.
Like Cooper's been in here all day, like till midnight a lot of the nights out
Mm-hmm.
here working on this thing.
Gotta get this thing going.
I know, it's been a lot for
It's
you.
ready
but-
though. Even like trans brake works.
Ooh.
Do the lights come on in the back? I've
Let's see.
actually. There's no way for me to really know.
I know.
The
Yeah, how do you
reverse
test
lights
it?
should turn on.
Yeah, there's, yeah. Well, it's like, it's the bottom.
Like
Light.
white, right?
What?
The white lights?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The white
Reverse
lights. Yeah.
I had like a reflective box back there,
Mm-hmm.
so I could kind of see when I was trying.
Like a mirror.
Yeah, like how do you know?
Yeah, that's funny.
Oh yeah. Well,
Wow.
there we go. So huge accomplishment. Now to set it on the ground and see how ride height is.
Are you gonna put the wheels on? Put the wheels on. I'm excited now.
Well, it needs the springs in here, or else
Okay.
it'll sit too low. But
Oh,
I can,
okay.
I mean, I can test fit them. I only have one of the fronts and both of the rears.
Okay.
We can give it a look.
All right, let's see. Coming on this side or that side? This side? Honestly, these tires will probably be good because it's making a lot less power, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the thing. Like, it makes a very small amount compared
Ooh,
to.
they look good.
Just put 2 lug nuts on, so that doesn't.
Coop, I'm so proud.
Yeah, I'm fired up now.
Me too.
That's a
That's
good
really
feeling.
awesome.
So just keep them from like falling off.
Mm-hmm.
They don't need to be on tight.
You're not gonna put it, are you gonna put it all the way down?
I'm gonna lower it enough where you can see, but
Okay.
I'm not gonna like put weight on it.
Yeah.
It's still gonna be on the lift. And then the front's from the 240.
Is that what you're gonna use?
Probably.
Oh, you might as well. It's both silver at least. It looks kind of cool. Little mix match.
They already are in my possession and they have good tires on them, so
Yeah.
I don't have really any other options for fronts.
Mm-hmm.
Because those the other ones, like that matching wheel, the it's too small of a wheel for these brakes. So like it wouldn't fit.
Oh, okay.
So like I have the old stock fronts with like a nice set of tires on it that I got from Kumo, but can't use them.
You're putting all of them on?
No, just on that side.
They look beefy in the back. That's all the way down?
No, I was just didn't know where we were
I was
at.
gonna say, you got a lot of room.
But the other side doesn't have anything, so
Yeah,
can't go too low.
yeah. Nice.
It'll ride lower in the front too. It actually looks pretty good in the back.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, that's not bad at all, honestly. Kind of like it.
Yeah, I think it looks good too.
Yeah, the front doesn't look bad either.
No.
It just needs to be lower. But I don't.
Those tires look really good on the back.
They do.
Yeah,
The whole thing, yeah. I mean, it looks pretty good.
it does look
The
cool.
silver looks good with this green.
I honestly, I feel like the two different wheels is just like so Cooper.
Whoa! What car do I run with two different wheels?
It's just like something typical, like you, like only you.
What car do I run with mismatched wheels?
I don't know. This is just like Cooper.
The 240's done it before, like a couple times.
I don't know why that comes to mind, but I just feel like it's like very Cooper.
Ouch.
Well, also with this
As a
being
wheel
like,
guy, that's very offensive.
but with this also being like your shop build, like cheap build, you
Yeah.
know, and drag and drive, whatever. Like, I think it's very fitting.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
I definitely don't care.
No, I know.
But first startup. That's a big video. First start. This.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So what's today?
Thursday?
Thursday?
Yeah.
Is it already Thursday? Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus. This belt should be here Saturday, it said.
Okay.
So once we have the belt on, then we can actually,
Try and drive it.
hopefully by Saturday, it'll be ready to drive
Okay.
when the belt comes.
Okay.
Because that's like the final piece of the puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
I got lug nuts, I got wheels and tires, I have everything. I have to fix a brake line because one's leaking, but that's normal. I suck at making brake lines. You remember?
Maybe.
Remember
Yeah.
with the Camaro?
I know. Yeah, you had James come and help you.
Yeah, but then
yeah.
we still had issues.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know. Brad will probably come
Brad,
help
I
me.
was gonna say, yeah, we
I'll
need,
talk to Brad about that.
need Brad.
Daniel's really good too, though.
Oh, okay.
So
Well, you got friends
maybe
that can
I'll
help you out
call
on
in
that.
a favor. So,
Call in
brakes,
a request.
shifter linkage, seats, and belt.
Yeah, what about, wait, go to the inside, because this looks like it needs a good amount of work. Well, I mean, not that bad.
No, because once the dash is on, it'll cover all that.
But, like, does the shifter work in it? Is that what you're saying?
The shifter
linkage?
is hooked
Like-
up everywhere. It just needs to be adjusted down low,
Okay.
like under the car. So like somebody has to go in the car, go up, and somebody else underneath it,
Okay.
which is just kind of
So,
like,
like, that's kind of it for in here? Everything
yeah,
else is,
everything
like,
else
done?
works.
Then
The-
seats.
I mean, you heard the starter works fine. Like
Yeah.
I have it on those little buttons. Did you see it?
Yeah, I know. They're cool.
I added that.
Yeah.
So starter works. Screen was working. ECU works. I have the seat brackets, so I just need to grab the seats out of the 240
Mm-hmm.
for now. It has seat belts, so we're not gonna have harnesses.
Yeah,
you're just
seat
gonna have a seat belt. Trying to keep it simple and cheap.
Yep.
Once it has a cage, then we
Perfect.
can figure out like actual seats.
Yeah.
But until then, the fixed back ones that are in the 240 are the safest route for this.
Oh, you're gonna take those out and put them in here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Perfect.
I may end up like doing some real seat shuffling, like take the passenger seat out of the Camaro, put it as the driver's seat in here, and then put a different passenger seat in there and and take the passenger seat out of the 240 and put a different passenger seat in there and maybe have mismatched seats, but realistically in a drag car, I'm the only one that needs the safety,
Yeah.
and like the other person just really needs like a decent, comfortable seat.
Yeah.
Same with the Camaro, like you don't need two racing seats.
Yeah,
in the
no.
car. You just need like a seat.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, you could honestly, realistically, take that passenger seat out of the Camaro and never put one back in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't
well, there's
ride
some classes that require 2 seats.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, because streetcar.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it's nice to have the 2, but yeah, I mean, I definitely don't need 2 seats.
Yeah.
This car, just kind of bolt them in, really, because they already have the brackets.
Yeah.
I got those cheap brackets online and just bolt it in, and it's got a seatbelt, and it's ready to drive. But, yeah.
All right, you gotta get back to work.
I know.
I'm finishing this thing.
And how cool is it that you can just put fuel in like this?
I know. Oh, did you get that all hooked up?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
That's why I put the fuel in today.
Nice.
So, good stuff. Now, time to probably go up a little bit because it's like way too low, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna end this video there. First startup. Hope you guys are pumped because I definitely am, and we are very close to ripping this thing.
Yep.
We have like 10 days, but I'm pretty confident, even though it's not tuned, it was running pretty good there.
Yeah.
Because I just
It wasn't like
no,
or
I just
anything.
used one of the
like,
Holly tunes and
Yeah.
put it in there, and the Holly kind of took care of everything. The Terminator stuff is so user friendly that I bet with a couple emails back and forth to Alpha, we'll have this thing tuned.
I was
well.
gonna say, you gotta email Alpha now.
Yeah, I know. I gotta tell him.
Send one of your funny
well,
emails.
he has a trip to Tennessee planned, like
Yeah, soon, right?
almost now for tuning. So I was trying to get it to him earlier, but
Yeah.
you guys know how that works.
Yeah.
All right, but I'm gonna end it off there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Keep it saucy. I'll see you next time.
Woo!